Hello, welcome back. So in this lesson, we're going to talk about how to find your clients. So finding client is, I would say that finding clients is the most challenging, but at the same time is the most rewarding part of, your journey to becoming a virtual assistant. Challenging in a way that there's a lot of effort. It requires motivation. It requires strategy. It requires planning to be able to land your first clients ever. And then it is rewarding because once you have your first client, or even just when you are able to be invited for initial interview or for initial discussion about the project, the feeling is kind of rewarding and overwhelming at the same time. But you know that once you landed your first client, even just for initial interview, you will know that you are in the right path and you are doing the right strategy. And that's what we're gonna discuss in this lesson. But before we proceed with our lesson, let's remember our first lesson. If you remember, I asked you to ask several key questions to know if freelancing or virtual assistant is the right fit for you. And one of that question is like, are you motivated enough? Like, are you self-motivated? And then another question there is, are you skilled in networking and self-promotion? So those are just some of the questions that you should be asking, and that questions relate to this lesson because again, finding clients requires self-motivation and it requires networking and self-promotion. So if you are not really good at that, that's okay. You can still do it. But if you are not motivated enough to promote yourself, then you will have a lot of difficulties and setbacks in finding clients, because in this lesson or this part of the freelancing journey is the one that usually takes time. And that's why you have to be ready financially if you are ready to quit your current job or whatever gig or job that you have at the moment and you are thinking or considering quitting. So again, because finding clients, again, sometimes luck works, but usually finding clients requires strategy and planning and again, execution to be able to be successful. So let's talk about the different ways on how to find clients. So the most common ways ng mga nag-VA na ngayon, especially if they just wanted to cater for one client and then, they can do just general virtual assistant tasks. Like if they wanted to provide bookkeeping services, they can do all the bookkeeping services to one specific clients that they can consider premium clients. Kasi again, depends pa rin yan sa motivation mo. And the most common VA na nakikita ko is they wanted to switch job from their current job to freelancing kasi una mababa yung pasweldo. So okay na sa kanila mag-cater ng service for one specific client. So the clients will consider them as independent contractor, but they work like the way it works is like they are a full-time employee or virtual assistant, so they can do different tasks like bookkeeping or HR or the admin, and they're okay with that, with the premium pay that the clients offer to them. That is acceptable for them. That's okay. But there are people who wanted to create their own agency, provide several services, or have it contracted to other VAs as well. And that's how they wanted to make more money. However, some people, they wanted to do it by themselves, like having 5 clients at the same time, and they are only the person who's doing that. So they kind of able to manage their time. Like for their 8 hours in a day, they wanted to work 8 hours a day. And I was able to do that. That's the reason why I'm telling you this, because when I was starting my freelancing career, I was able to handle 10 clients. So that 10 clients, I was like 1 client, I was rendering 3-hour services but different times. But sometimes I was able to do the same time, I'm rendering services at the same time. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng clients is may mga time na nakamonitor sila. And again, depends pa rin yan sa inyo kung ano yung kukunin ninyo. Kasi may mga clients na gusto nila, nagsaset sila ng time doctor dun sa computer ninyo. So alam nila kung ginagalaw ninyo yung mouse or may mga progress dun sa ginagawa mo. So they are micromanaging. And may mga clients naman na mga pinipili ko yung mga hindi sila nag-micromanage, and then they are just looking forward to your output and not how you work on it. So may mga ganong changes. So again, it depends sa inyong motivation and sa goal kung ano yung gusto niyo. But ang most common na nakikita ko sa mga nagpi-freelancing is most common way na ginagawa nila is nag-register sila sa mga freelancing job portal like Upwork, Fiverr, TapTal, or TaskUs, mga ganon, or TaskMe, or yung iba naman ni-utilize nila yung mga katulad ng LinkedIn or ng Total Jobs or ng Indeed. So different job platform, ni-utilize nila yun doon, and then nag-apply sila like usual applying for a job. Kung kayo ay nag-apply ng job sa mga local companies dito sa Philippines, it works the same. However, yung sa mga freelancing portal kasi katulad ng Upwork, Fiverr, may mga sets of qualifications silang papasagutan sa'yo. So may mga series of tests sila na kailangan nyo sagutin. Yung iba cognitive test, personality test, English literacy test, or yung mga technical test na related related dun sa inyong specific niche. So, before pag nag-create kayo ng account doon, so may mga ni-require silang mga skill set and mga questionnaires na dapat ninyo i-complete bago kayo makapag-bid sa isang customer or sa isang project. And that's how it works. And then again, I suggest na kayo ay mag-create doon, try lang ninyo. Kung ang purpose naman ninyo is to find one client or mga several clients lang na pwede kayo mag-cater ng part-time or project-based, you should try those platforms. I'm not endorsing them, but hindi ato paid endorsement, but I'm just saying na you can utilize those portal or those freelancing job ads, and even yung onlineJobs.ph, you can register there, create an account, and then post your resume, and then try to apply at least 1 to 2, 3 job there. Mababasa nyo naman yung job application. So that's one of the easiest and commonly used na way ng paghanap ng clients. So second, again, ang second na paghanap ng client is halimbawa LinkedIn or yung mga sa Indeed, yung mga job portal sa US or sa ibang bansa. Halimbawa LinkedIn, Indeed, or Glassdoor, or Craigslist. So, yung mga website na yun, pwede kayo mag-create ng account doon and then mag-apply kayo ng mga vacant position doon. Pwede naman yun. Isa yun sa best way sa mga nag-go lang nila is yung mga 1 to 2 clients up to maximum 5 clients maybe, or project-based lang na freelancing. That's one of the easiest way that you can do, and then you will go through several series of interview process as well. So, parang nag-apply kayo to regular job posting, and then mag-undergo din kayo ng normal or usual interview process na for a particular position. So that's how it works. Wala po siyang pagkakaiba sa yung pagiging virtual assistant sa pag-apply ng job, kung mga ganun yung mga inyong mga target. However, kung ang inyo namang goal ay to have your own agency and to have several BAs to work for you, and then ang goal mo is to reach out to client, then we have several ways to do that, and we called it lead generation. And then one of the practice for lead generation, it's kind of tedious, and it requires several tools and platforms to connect, to automate, para kayo maging successful sa paghanap ng mga clients. And this is something that is not being taught dun sa mga YouTube na nakikita ko, kung bakit hindi sila nagiging successful. But you are probably wondering, paano kaya nakakahanap yung mga agency ng mga client? So, ito pong ituturo ko sa inyo, or nandiyan sa toolkit natin, kung paano kayo mag-reach out sa mas maraming client kung ang inyong purpose is to create an agency to provide VA services. Tuturuan ko kayo, hindi yun general, pero that's one way on how to reach out to your clients. Okay? And then, this is our third, right? So, and then, fifth is using social media by connecting and networking to other clients. Kasi tulad sa Facebook. So, there are group of companies na nag-create sila ng Facebook account to connect with each other. Halimbawa, e-commerce group of companies, yung mga small enterprises na mga e-commerce. So, meron silang mga group doon, and I would suggest na kayo ay mag-connect sa kanila or mag-join kayo sa mga FB groups ng mga ganong businesses, small to medium-sized businesses. Kasi usually, yung mga nasa small to medium-sized or startup companies, yun yung mga usual na naghahanap ng mga VAs because they cannot afford hiring a full-time worker or staff doon sa country nila kasi yung cost of overhead nila. So, nag-hire sila ng mga VAs, and then that's one of the way that you can reach out to your client para makahanap kayo ng client. Connect with different groups of small enterprises, and then connect with them, mag-respond kayo dun sa mga questions nila, sa mga community nila, and then pwede kayong maglagay ng link ninyo. That's why it's important to have your portfolio or your website online, kasi ang gagawin nyo, pag may link lang kayo doon, kapag nag-reply ka doon sa mga communication nila doon sa group community, may mga exchanges of communication sila doon, pwede kayong mag-participate doon, and then i-link ninyo yung inyong portfolio link, and then sabihin mo, I provide services na ganito, if you need me, please contact me, here's my portfolio. That's one of the way that you can do to find your clients. Same din naman sa Instagram. So sa Instagram naman, pwede ka rin again mag-connect, and then mag-join ka doon sa mga community and mga discussions nila, and then again, i-direct mo sila doon sa iyong online presence or portfolio or website kung meron ka. And that's why that's another way of building your connection and networking and advantages kapag meron kayong online website or portfolio. Alangan namang i-post mo doon yung CV mo, diba? Nakakahiya naman yun, parang hindi naman yata usual practice yung mag-apply ka tapos i-post mo yung CV mo, hindi nakita na kagad doon yung information mo, diba? Another way of finding your clients is by searching different websites. Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo na it's important to set your niche Because if you know your industries and if you know the industry and the services you wanted to provide, and then you can easily Google kung ano yung mga industries na mga companies na mga ganun. And then may mga application tools din na pwede kayong mag-scrape ng mga information ng mga companies, halimbawa food and beverages na companies, and then isi-search ninyo, and then i-scrape yung mga information nila, kung sino yung CEO, kung sino yung founder, and then ilan yung employees nila. Pero usually, kapag naghahanap kayo ng mga clients, ang tatargetin ninyo is yung less than 5 or less than 10 employees. Kasi mas malaki yung chance ninyo na makapag-provide kayo ng services ninyo kasi nagka-cut ng cost yung customer ninyo. Pag hindi ninyo tinailor yung inyong niche at saka yung industries, malay ninyo, ang nasendan ninyo ng inyong is mga fortunate 1,000 employees na or 100 employees na, syempre hindi na nila kailangan yung services ninyo, or may mga kailangan man sila, is another consideration for them. Pero mostly, yung mga startup businesses ang nangangailangan ng mga services ng VA. You're just lucky kung makakuha kayo ng mga malalaki, kung kayo nag-VA and then wanted to outsource, yung provide outsourcing. Katulad ng may Virtualera, you will be fortunate kung kayo ay makahanap ng isang company na isi-switch nila or i-outsource nila yung whole department nila, and that's gonna be a good deal, right? So, but those are the thing that I mentioned is one way, another way of reaching out to your clients. So first is utilize your freelancing job portal. Second is pwede nyo rin gamitin yung mga job portal and then social media, and then mag-connect kayo, mag-reach out kayo sa mga website nila. And then again, there are several ways to reach out to client. Another way to find your client is through referral. Kung may mga kaibigan kayong mga nag-BVA na, and then alam nila na nangangailangan sila ng ganung services, ask them to refer you na, pagkakailangan ng, sabihin nyo, hey, baka naman yung client mo dyan nangangailangan ng bookkeeping services. Kung sa bookkeeping services yung hinahanap nila, ikaw ay nag-offer ng ganung services. So use your network and then reach out to your friends. And then another way is YouTube. Sa mga YouTube, may mga small startup businesses dyan na nagpo-provide ng, nagpo-promote ng kanilang mga businesses. So you can utilize those platform para mag-reach out ka sa kanila. But again, it requires effort to research about the company, to research about the founder and yung information about the company and their industries and the services that they're providing. And then for you to evaluate if you will be, if you have the skill sets and your services fits to their requirements. You never know. Kumbaga, there's several ways to look for clients, but again, it requires effort, strategy, and you have to build your strategy. Again, you have to build your strategy and effort. And again, sometimes, especially if you are wanting to have a freelancing outsourcing company, then it requires some budget as well. So kung wala kang budget, medyo mahirap mag-start up. So I suggest, kung hindi mo pa naman talaga gamay ang pagiging virtual assistant, and even yourself, wala kang experience as virtual assistant, try it yourself muna. Mag-apply kayo as a virtual assistant as your own lang muna. Huwag na muna kayong mag-isip ng ibang mga mag-outsource kayo and then palakihin ninyo kagad yung inyong outsourcing company. Try nyo muna sa sarili ninyo. I suggest na mag-try muna kayo and then na mag-offer ng inyong services. And then kapag nakapag-offer na kayo, either project-based, hourly-based, or full-time for several months, and then kapag gamay na kayo, gamay na ninyo, alam ninyo yung pasikot-sikot, and then yung mga expectation as a virtual assistant, and then you can be able to do your research and then your strategy planning, and then you can execute on how to start your own company as a virtual assistant outsourcing. And again, I created a toolkit. Pinaghiwalay ko kung paano kayo mag-reach out sa client. Kung ang gusto ninyong client lang ay isa, dalawa, as an employee lang, may different ways dyan kung paano kayo mag-reach out sa client. And then meron din akong create on how to do some lead generation, which is mostly are applicable for searching clients if you are aiming to build your own team of virtual assistant. But again, that is also applicable for outsourcing client as a virtual assistant kung ang inyong niche ay sales generation or lead generation. So that's another tip for you. Again, as a beginner, I suggest talaga na i-utilize ninyo yung mga freelancing platform and yung social media group katulad ng Facebook, and makipag-exchange kayo ng discussion doon, create a discussion, and then that way makakakunik kayo sa different small enterprises na pwede kayong mag-provide ng inyong services. Yun naman sa Upwork or Fiverr naman, may bid sila doon, so pwede kayong mag-bid to the highest rate naman, depend kung ano. Pero kasi bibihira yung client doon na nag-offer ng higher rate. Kasi napakadami ng mga nakaregister doon. So you have to be competitive enough and you have to have the confidence that you have the edge among those competitors of you doon sa specific niche ninyo. I think that's it for this video. Again, check out the toolkit. Use that toolkit as a guide and use the other toolkits that I have for you. Those are free and included yon dito sa aking course. Those are free. Utilize them and then use them as a guide. And just in case na still feeling lost pa rin kayo and you have a specific question specific to your situation na gusto ninyong ma-answer, feel free to book a one-on-one session with me. And then, meron din po akong workshop every Saturday and maximum for 10 person lang po para makita ko lahat yung mga questions ninyo. And then, mag-guide ko kayo kung kailangan kong i-review yung inyong portfolio or resume. Feel free to book that para lahat nun ma-check po. And then, I'm willing to do that for you po. Kung kinakailangan ninyo ng input as a recruitment manager, as a business owner, and again, as a partner of companies in the US na nag-hire ng mga virtual assistant. And I think that's it for this video. Sa next video natin, we will talk about negotiating contract or your prices before signing contract. Alright, see you in my next video. Bye!